My name's Jeff Hostetler. I played in the NFL for 15 years. Was the winning quarterback for the New York Giants in Super Bowl 25. I've been a contractor now for the last 10 years and on the professional level built some homes and developed some property. I currently live in Morgantown, West Virginia. I have a small horse farm. We have about 40 acres. And if you've ever been to West Virginia, you realize that there is no flat land. So we have a lot of hillsides and challenging areas to cut and mow. And I was looking for something that was going to be more manageable on hillsides, more maneuverable, and safer than the current tractor that I was using. So I looked around and actually came across a Ventrac dealership that was within a couple of miles of my home. And what caught my eye was they had this Ventrac out in the front, parked on a hillside. And I was thinking, how in the world did they even get it there? So it kind of stirred my interest. I talked to the gentleman that had the dealership, and he was a great salesman. He brought it out and said, here, try it out. He showed me how the thing worked and operated, and took me to some of the slopes that I have around the property, and I was sold. I think one of the biggest selling points for me was how secure I felt in the tractor, being on some of these hillsides. And when the salesman came out and drove it around and I was able to watch him, I mean, I was nervous. I just see him on some of the hillsides and thinking, you know, how do you do? I'll never be able to do that. But once you get in the seat, it is a completely different feeling. You're sitting low. It has such a great base that you know, there's areas there that you get in and you hardly even know that you're on a hillside. Whereas previously, the tractor that I had, you sat up very high, always concerned about possibly rolling over or slipping. But this Ventrac is awesome. I mean, it is so impressive. Anybody that I see, I'm always telling them, you know, I do all this on a Ventrac. One of the great surprises for me was the versatility of the Ventrac. I had bought it basically to mow, and all of a sudden I realized that there are all these additional attachments that you can get. For me, on this 40-acre piece of property, and also as a contractor and a builder, I discovered they have a power rake, which for yards, for landscaping, I have a riding ring with horses, to keep that up and all fluffed up and looking good and rock free. That has been an awesome piece of equipment. I also have lots of trees here on the property, and in the fall, where it took me weeks to get rid of all of our leaves, I was able to do the same job in about 5 hours with the leaf blower that you're able to put in the front. To be able to control it, the velocity, it is awesome. To save 7 to 10 days of work and whittle that down to 5 hours on a Ventrac is pretty impressive. Looking at Ventrac, and I can say that is a professional machine. In my eyes, being in the NFL, in that profession for 15 years, you're at the top of the line in that profession. And to get there, you've had to do a lot of work. You've had to go through a lot of tough times. You've had to do a lot of research. You've had to do a lot of study. You have to prepare yourself. You have to be tough. You have to be durable. And all those things I can relate to this piece of equipment. It is well made. It is very tough. It is sturdy, and it performs. And there's no doubt in my mind that is a piece of professional equipment. This thing is well built. It's muscle, and yet it has the finesse that you need to work around delicate items in yards and things like that. So I'm totally impressed with this thing. This is a big leaguer.